Hi, if you were a previous subscriber to Lemon Squeeze, you may notice that my videos I had recorded the past couple of years are all gone. I deleted them because I'm working on new and updated content. This story broke this week about aliens landing in Las Vegas, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to make a video about it because UFOs and aliens have always been an interest of mine. I grew up in the late 80s and the 90s when X-Files was a popular TV show, and I remember every week my family would also watch the TV show Sightings, and we were really interested in that kind of stuff. And my mother had seen a UFO. My father has abduction stories I'm hoping he can share with us someday, and I myself have witnessed UFOs on a few occasions. So I'm deeply invested in this mystery that's going on right now. The story starts on May 1st, 2023, when Angel was outside with his brother around midnight. They were repairing a car in the yard. I can't remember if it was the front yard or the backyard. But during this time, a police officer was wearing a body camera and he was on a separate call, and he happened to catch what you see in the right hand of this photograph. It was an object falling down from the sky. You will be able to see the footage. It's pretty clear. It's from News 8 Now, which is in Las Vegas. Here's the footage. The object that was caught on the police officer's body camera landed in Angel's backyard, which is rather large. It's got gravel and several items like RVs, a front loader, which he calls a forklift, and various vehicles. Angel said that this object was blurry every time he looked at it. It had some sort of camouflage, like predator-like capability, and that there were two beings in his backyard. He described them as being 8 to 10 foot tall. They had big, black, shiny eyes, and he described them as your typical gray. If you Googled it, it would look like a gray alien, except much larger. He said there was not any clothing, and when he looked at them, he felt his legs getting heavy and a sense of paralysis. Now, he made a video that came out on YouTube, and it is entitled May 1st, 2023, I Had Aliens in My Backyard, Part 1, where he tells his story, and I find his story to be very intriguing. I will include a link to this video of his in my description so you can hear it for yourself. He also shares various pieces of evidence, such as a neighbor's Ring camera that caught the sound and a little bit of light reflecting on the car when the object crashed in his backyard. The video is from the Doug Papa podcast. Doug Papa had been investigating this for about a month, and I will show you the clip here of the video.
Very interesting.
This is the landing spot in the backyard. It is a perfect circle. It was made in gravel. Now, the object obviously didn't crash. If this is really what happened, it looks more like a controlled landing than an impact site. According to the Baltimore Post Examiner.com, a story that was also written by Doug Papa, the circle was 25 feet. This is a drone shot of the backyard, and you can see that there are large half circles. Those were obviously tire tracks, and then right above it, you can see that there is a faint outline of a perfect circle, and the item circled in red is the front loader. So back to the story about what happened exactly. Angel said, when I looked at it in the eyes, my body just froze, like the same experience of having sleep paralysis. I'm staring at him and I'm looking at his whole body, and he has weird looking feet and a big face and eyes, and you can see a big mouth. I could hear his loud, deep breathing, and I could see his stomach moving. He would just stare at me. Seconds later, I could start moving again. That's when I called 911. So the police body camera had caught that object falling from the sky at 11:50 p.m. on April 30th. Remember, this turns into, obviously, May 1st by the time Angel and his family makes the 911 call. At exactly 12:30 on May 1st, Angel and his family made that 911 call. I will read to you a transcript of the 911 call. Angel said that something 100% not human was staring at him. He also said, and I quote, "There's like an 8-foot person beside it and another one's inside us, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us and it's still there. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified." So, there's 2 people, there's 2 subjects in your backyard, the dispatcher asks. And Angel replies with, "Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes. Like, I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're human. They're 100% not human." 2 officers decide to take the call, and before they show up at the residence, there's video, it's, I believe, body cam, it could be dash cam, of one of the officers. Remember, the partner was the one who witnessed the event of the UFO falling down from the sky with his body camera. The police show up, and they interview the family on the front lawn, and then they go walking towards the backyard and open the gate. This is the frustrating part because this is when the video stops. It's not just stopped, it's actually blacked out with a big black box and some blurriness around the edges. But they go to open the gate and then watch this video because some people say they see the alien in the video. And you do see something move. Now remember, it was in the front loader. So you're seeing, that's what the big yellow blob part is anyway. These are from Reddit and Twitter, and they are multiple like pictures or screenshots or video of where people believe they see the alien figure. Now you do see some eye shine on that. You can see ovally head, I guess grayish in color, and 2 large black eyes. The next one coming up really just pops to me. I can definitely see an alien. There it is. And I have no idea how its head is able to be held up high with a neck like that, but I guess if you can cross dimensions or go in outer space, you can do anything. You go, alien. To me, the majority of these are fairly compelling. So then I went to a site that I'm not going to name, but it has a number in it. Anyway, and somebody had done their own interpretation there as well. And they're like, he's right there, and people are acting like he's impossible to see. And there's their little sketch of what they see. I mean, it really does look like he's sitting in a front loader. And I don't think the police would be in on faking this on body cam with a family. It's just weird. Oh, yeah, look at this part. This is where you can see a being behind the fence as well when the officers walk in the backyard.
Guys, but I noticed something insane, and I want everybody, my two friends who will watch this, to take a look down, pay attention to two areas. We're going to look down here on right behind their fence and right up there. But we're going to first start down here because I found something crazy. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to what I believe is the creepiest part of this video. And I'm going to point out two things you need to pay attention to right here, which is the head. And if you look really close, there's actually a shiny black eye. And what you will see in about a minute is a hand. That I believe is some creature, non-human, crouching down. And that was its eye I just pointed at. And I want you to pay attention to what appear to be fingers running up the fence, as if it's kneeling down or something and peering out. And then there you go, see the fingers. And I think I go back and forth a couple times here, but it looks to me like there's a little other or a big creature looking through the fence on the bottom there, crouched down. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but you tell me. And then there's his fingers going right up and down, up and down. Just looks like almost a human hand crawling up the fence. And at the very beginning, you see an eye. And I think right here, I show you the fingers. This is my really poor attempt at drawing over the fingers, but you get it. So what's really interesting about this is it is happening next to them and kind of in front of them, but behind a fence. Yeah, the fingers are really crazy. So I think I'm going to show it one more time, and then I zoom out, and I'll show you what even made me realize this was here. So, okay, so see how many different times I was looking. So what I noticed was if you look at the top right, look at the top right now, there's actually a shadow figure. It almost looks like it's a dense, shadowy figure comes into frame. If you're looking right, at the three fence posts, if you're looking at the top right of them, you're actually going to see something that looks like a shadow figure that has density, and it's only there for about a minute. And when it walks in the frame, I think I'm just... That I believe is some creature, non-human, crouching down, and that was its eye I just pointed at. And I want you to pay attention to what appear to be fingers running up the fence, as if it's kneeling down or something and peering out. And then there you go, see the fingers. And I think I go back and forth a couple times here, but it looks to me like there's a little other or a big creature looking through the fence on the bottom there, crouched down. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but you tell me. And then there's his fingers going right up and down, up and down. Just looks like almost a human hand.
Now, this screen capture, somebody points out, I just don't see as believable because they all said the being was inside the front loader, not outside of it anyway. I mean, that's how it looked in all the other screenshots and photos, so... Then James Fox tweeted that the Las Vegas police that were in the video and had responded to the 911 call said that the FBI showed up and confiscated body cam video and purged it. Black SUVs showed up and military officials as well. And some people claim that during this incident, they had also witnessed black SUVs circling around the neighborhood with mysterious men with sunglasses in them. And here's yet another post from the website that has a number in it. It talks about the police body cam footage, and then there's a bit of a panic, as you can read for yourself. I'm a huge fan of James Fox's documentary, The Phenomenon. If you haven't watched it, you definitely should. So I went to his Twitter because I saw that previous post, and then he tweeted, "Caught the sound, it's a humming sound, lights up the neighborhood, and then you hear the impact. There's also images of a circular imprint that the object left in the gravel of the person's backyard. I can't confirm if it's rumors or not, but apparently the next day there were tons of black SUVs around the house and government officials, to include an official from nearby Creech Air Force Base. I've seen all the videos and it's real, something that should definitely get more attention and follow up." And then he also tweeted, "My brother is a police officer in Las Vegas. I asked him to ask around about this case. He told me a detective with the Metropolitan Police, who was the responding department, told him the body cameras were wiped by the FBI and the officers were told to shut up." But that could be bunk. I'll share another one. "I'm a police officer in Las Vegas, and the incident that happened is very bizarre. We have known about it for a few weeks now, and I was hoping it would finally go public. An officer's body camera caught the object falling from the sky. There is also a neighbor's ring camera that..." So what is this weird, conspiratorial, secretive stuff? Are the men in black real? I mean, are they always watching us? I don't know what to think, but I do believe that this experience was genuine for the family. Here's another update. He wrote, "The officer who reached out is now leaning in the direction that the kid, not fellow officers, is lying. Made it up for attention. Knapp said he was going to check it out, so I'm sure he'll have an update soon. I'm going with hoax." And then after that, 2 hours later, he posts a YouTube video that describes the incident in a positive light, as in that it really happened. So I personally would not put too much weight on his opinion right now. I think it's too early to call it a hoax. Ricky Ducati 000 on Reddit wrote this: "I want to add some alarming thoughts on how this was handled by the police and others. Assuming everything he said on the podcast is true, which I believe it is, these points are alarming. 1. He says there was a time when police detectives came to ask them questions, but they came at midnight, supposedly because the other officer, who came the first day, failed at interviewing properly. 2. He says detectives volunteered to put up camera facing the backyard and asked them and the owner for permission, then came and took them away a few days later, claiming that the camera failed and would be replaced. They haven't been replaced. And 3. He says 6 days after the incident, a government-labeled SUV drove past his house but didn't want to be noticed. My thought is the government wanted more information, so they sent the late-night personnel to ask questions, because I just can't imagine regular police coming over so late at night and claim the past police officers failed at interviewing them. It was probably government officials wanting more information." This photo is from that article at the Baltimore Post-Examiner, written by Doug Papa. In the video Angel made on YouTube, he said that he did get the creatures on video camera. So this is allegedly a snapshot from the video. I don't know. I kind of see Rodan. I see a bird with abs. I really am having a hard time seeing it. If you can see it, let me know in the comments. It looks like a Howdy Doody doll with a glowing eyeball. This was found on Reddit, and this is just to add a little humor at the end. Bruh, imagine an alien crashing his UFO and trying to run away in an effing forklift. And then someone says, that same one that hopped on the forklift is probably the same one that thought, unidentified flying object, I can fly that. And then another writes, it's giving an intergalactic episode of Cops. And the last person writes, just you try and catch me, humans. Hold on, that's the reverse gear. Well, I thought it was funny anyway. Thank you for sitting through my video. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much and have a great day.